Being afraid isn't a bad thing. Without fear, I wouldn't have made it this far.
If you don't have a healthy amount of fear, you don't respect the opponent or you don't respect the danger. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are so excited to jump into another episode of Frieren. This is episode 6 titled The Hero of the Village. Was this written about me? I'm kidding. No, this is about Stark, we think. A little bit of a continuation. We're going to battle a dragon tonight.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that. Well, they're going to. We're going to watch from a safe distance.
Yes.
You know, because it can be quite dangerous out there. I have Dr. Todd, by the way.
I'm Allycia.
And thank you guys for being here. This has been an awesome journey. We really appreciate all the comments and all the interaction we've had with you guys. Because we had recorded like basically the first 4. And I think we even recorded episode 5 like as episode 1 was being released. And so we really didn't have access to a lot of your guys' comments yet. And so we kind of learned a lot from those. And so forgive us, like, you know, although you'll be seeing this after you watch all of those, but like it seems like they're not learning because we didn't see the comments right away. Yeah. Because like comments about like mana, for example, which I know I kind of looked into that, but you guys had expertly educated us on that too, that being kind of the currency of a mage, right? Like the energy currency that is required in order to practice magic. So anyway, on that note, Allie, are you ready to jump into episode 6?
I am.
Do you have anything to add?
I do not.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are going to jump on in then.
All right.
Let's do it. I know we mentioned it last episode, but he's got to be very powerful to be able to do that.
I know.
Why do you continue to train?
Its people were living in fear. Hard not to with a dragon nearby. Now they're all smiles. They're convinced that as long as I'm around, their home remains safe from another brutal attack, even though I haven't done a damn thing. The only reason the dragon hasn't destroyed this place is because it hasn't felt like it.
Think about the burden of living with that. Like, you're like, so like what should be sort of jovial, like you're credited with this, like saving this village, but living with like kind of the shame of knowing that you didn't do that, but you can't leave.
And you also can't tell them.
Right. So there's sort of like, it's this imposter like syndrome kind of that we're dealing with. I think we're going to get some redemption here.
Yeah.
Redemption is maybe not the right word, but maybe like we're going to see him, you know.
Maybe that's why he's been training.
Yes.
Hopefully.
For that one
He'll
day.
have the courage. Yeah.
What if it does feel like it? Will you fight it if there's no other choice?
I'm not keen on dying. I have a title to uphold and people to protect. I'm Stark, the hero of this village, and it's my job to defend it. This scar on my forehead, I didn't get it taking on a monster from a fight I had with my master. It was the first time he ever hit me.
Oh.
He must have been disappointed. Had to have been. Throughout our whole relationship, he never praised me a single time.
Are they going to fall in love?
Why are you shipping everybody?
I don't think you'll run.
You don't know me at all.
But I have been in a similar situation.
All right, let's hear it.
I was frozen by fear. I couldn't muster the courage to fight back. All I could do was run. It kept on chasing me. Mistress Frieren wouldn't help. When it finally had me cornered, I steeled my resolve and instinct took over. All that I needed to do was ground myself. Your training isn't going to fail you. Mine didn't fail me. You're a coward hiding beneath a veneer of bravery, but your resolve to protect the village, I believe is real.
And that is powerful.
Yep.
He ran then.
That's a shame.
No.
He didn't run. He's somewhere.
You only need 30 seconds, right?
You took your time.
If I die fighting this dragon, you have to finish it off for me.
I promise.
Deal.
Why would you sacrifice so much for the townsfolk?
I've lived here for 3 whole years now.
Not long.
Yes, long.
that time concept keeps coming up.
Yeah.
Your hands are shaking.
I'm scared. What do you expect?
You're exactly like Eisen.
I am.
But your hands, you afraid?
Yes.
Didn't take much to get that out of you.
Being afraid isn't a bad thing. Without fear, I wouldn't have made it this far.
if you don't have a healthy amount of fear, you don't respect the opponent, or you don't respect the danger.
Yeah.
So it reminds me of Game of Thrones with Eddard Stark. For those of you who've seen that, when I can't remember the exact line, but when his son, when one of his sons says something about like, "I'm afraid. Like, can I have courage?" or like, "Can I be courageous but afraid?" And he says something like, "That's the only time you can be brave." I think it's like yeah. So the two are not mutually exclusive, and we'll talk about this because this is a very interesting medical science parallel. When we have adrenaline pumping, our body hardly recognizes the difference between like fear and aggression, so to speak, like that being kind of amped up feeling, because there's just this surge of basically adrenaline released by the adrenal glands. And typically when we move, that there requires two muscle groups to work in sync. So we have flexion of one and we have contraction of one and relaxation of another. And that's what allows us to move in sync. When you get adrenaline, so Stark here has basically had jet fuel injected into his body, and it's speeding up that rate of contraction and relaxation. So it creates this physiologic tremor, because it's like, but there's so much power there and so much untapped energy. If you use it in a good way, it could be very helpful. But obviously if you freeze up, well, then that's a different story.
Yeah.
My master, he was afraid too. All I have to do is steel my resolve.
30 seconds.
Yep.
He's entered the dragon's range.
Why isn't it attacking him?
It knows better.
Oh.
No wonder it left the village alone. They're not foolish enough to pick a fight against a powerful opponent.
Wow.
Eisen didn't hit Stark for being weak, or because he was disappointed in him. It's much simpler than that. You hit him?
My body moved on its own. I feel terrible. I'm forever sorry for what I did. I was afraid of the boy, Frieren. I couldn't believe his power.
Power beyond measure.
My apprentice will become a great warrior.
They're just gonna let him fight it too, aren't
Yeah, let's do it.
they? Yeah, I think they are. Oh, he's going right for it.
No! Let him have it!
Yeah, see? Look. She's like, no.
I did exactly what you told me to! Expect me to kill it myself? You can't be serious, old hag!
Old hag.
It's already dead.
Huh?
I'll live to regret that.
Man, Team Stark over here.
I know.
You were exceptional. That was quite the show. Oh, this
Surprise
hoard of
himself.
treasure is mine!
3 items only.
Does this not feel silly to you? Really interested in this old junk?
This junk is treasure.
Another book.
Grimoire.
I guess your silliness made things fun.
Incredible! You actually made shaved ice!
I told you this spell was worth it.
I would take on armies!
I would take the more lighthearted journey any day, one I can laugh about at the end.
Just the warmth of a finger and it melts almost instantaneously.
Please keep your fingers away from our food.
Ridiculous.
What do we do about the syrup?
I don't have a spell to produce that.
Really?
Even more ridiculous.
They have themselves a mighty warrior.
They do.
I can't say I find this spell interesting.
I'm so sorry my body isn't interesting to you.
What?
So small.
No part of me's small!
Well, Stark, I suppose you could make your way back to Eisen now.
Oh, I thought he was going to join them.
Didn't my master tell you to take me with you?
Yeah.
I'd like to have a ridiculous adventure or two of my own.
Oh.
Let's do it.
It has to open someday.
It hasn't since I was very first posted here. After all, no people out means no monsters in.
The Castellan would like to see you, sir.
Be right there. You would be wise not to cause any trouble in this town.
He's a big guy.
Yeah.
Speaking of safety, this city seems to have it in spades. This is the perfect time to slow down and study our craft. Once we drop off our things, the magic shops are all mine. Come now. The checkpoint is locked tight. We have no other choice. Run along, you're free to roam.
Wanna get something to eat? Loud and clear. Scary.
Rumor is they shut down the sea routes too.
The Northern Lands Army says they'll take care of the problem, but I give it 2 years until the checkpoint opens up again.
Oh.
I haven't had this in forever. The Jumbo Berry Special.
Looks good.
I feel like this thing has shrunk.
I would know. It's the same size as ever. You've simply grown up.
Age does change our perception.
It does.
Eisen is getting up there in years. I hope you're being a dutiful student.
Duty is what brought me here. You're sure the portion's the same?
Oh, she joined him.
I know.
You're clearly mad.
Mr. Stark,
Fine, I guess you can have half.
what if I told you we're going to be waiting for a long time? 2 years even.
Huh? No thanks. What's her deal?
That's a relief. You're relatively normal at least.
I'm lost. Did I do something to offend you?
I feel that way all the time with women. Kidding.
What if you just flew us up and over the city wall?
The wall's only one part of the problem. There's a powerful barrier all around the border that extends to the maximum flying height.
You should ask around the Black Market and Thieves Guild first.
Wouldn't that be a bit dangerous even for us?
Lucky for you, I look tough enough not to be questioned. Plus, I bluff like a pro.
That is true.
Yeah.
What a waste.
See the guy like lick his
Yeah.
blade?
If they don't open back up, we're stuck too. We could always pay the guard station a quick visit.
I'm just a little surprised by your cooperation is all. You're even more desperate to leave than I am.
Well, I don't have a lot of time.
That was awfully vague.
See that trail? Over yonder?
He hardly ever spoke about himself, but he happily relayed every detail of the hero's adventure. Those 10 years mattered more than all the rest. I'll bet the same is true for Frieren.
I wonder.
He sent the two of you to find me so that I could fill his spot. Now it's my turn. I'll go on this adventure and return with stories just like the ones he told me. If they happen to be ridiculous, that's all the better. It's the least I can do to repay my debt to him. If I take too long to get back, my master will pass on.
And we can't allow ourselves to get tied up here.
Nope, but I bet he's still got plenty of years left.
She tried to hide.
Yeah.
Quiet yourself. They're following me.
Oh.
Don't stop. She must be lurking around here somewhere.
Oh, great. How'd you rile him up?
I was happily perusing a magic shop when suddenly...
Oh.
I'm so terribly sorry. Please, Miss Frieren, forgive my insolence.
Okay.
I understand the captain of the guard was quite rude to you. As the castellan of this city, I apologize.
Oh, it's no issue.
The Northern Lands are in constant battle with the remnants of the Demon King's forces. You must be concerned about their situation. A hero as kind as she is mighty. The people of the North will be thrilled to hear of your arrival. And as for our checkpoint, pass through as you wish.
Oh.
Says she seemed quite flustered.
I know. I think she wanted that 2-year checkpoint.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we have told them who you were from the moment they turned us away?
I didn't think there was any point in alerting them. And I wanted to take my time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who could feel comfortable like this?
Hemmel.
Yeah.
This must have been how it was when my master left for the North.
If only I'd had a little more time for my research.
You need to move on.
Trying to get out of there, right?
Indeed.
And you...
All right. Another episode in the books, Mistress Frieren and her ever pragmatic approach to everything. I do love it. I do love the pragmatic nature of her. So, a couple things. I guess I know someone actually made a comment about this, and it's so true. Like this show has really perfected the art of like the montage.
Yeah.
And it's been so cool to like keep doing this sort of flashback thing because it draws you in and it gets you close to these characters that are no longer an active, say, participant in the journey, but still are very much influencing the journey. So in that regard, I guess they are kind of active, but so that's really cool. And then just like the parallels too with Stark and his master, and then Fern, of course, Stark and Fern seem to have some things in common too. But we do keep bringing back the concept of time and the perception of time. And time is like, not to get too like deep philosophically, but like it is the ultimate scorekeeper. And I know I talked about it in the first episode, but I just think it's so cool how they continue to give us each individual's perception of what that time looks like.
Yeah.
And it is different based on who you are and at what stage of life you're in. And I do think another thing too kind of touches on another real human element here. We spend so much of our lives wishing away time. Like we circle those like that date in the future, right? It's like whether we're going through like when we're in school, it's like, well, I just got to get to the end of this. And then like for me, like when I was in training, it's like, I just got to get through this. And then like eventually then one day you wake up and it's like, where did that time go? Like we're always looking for that next step instead of just frankly taking that moment to appreciate what's around us. And this is the concept of mindfulness. Mm-hmm. And so this is something we preach in the psychology realm of how to be grateful for what we have and how not to wish away time, to speed up time, how we can be in the moment, I guess. And Frieren is frankly the master of being in the moment. Like she wants 2 years to pillage around and research. Yeah. Whereas, Fern and Stark are like, we gotta journey to undertake, or we got to basically a war to fight, essentially. So they're focused on, right, like the end goal. And so they're looking at how can we most linearly get to this goal?
Yeah.
And of course, Frieren's thinking, well, how can we make this complete, and her just weaving through, because to her, that's what the journey means.
Yeah.
And it reminded me a little bit too of when they were in the beginning there, when Fern was talking about the first time that she faced like a monster and how she ran, right? And then in that moment of resolve where she said to Stark, like, your training will not deceive you. It will not let you down. So kind of trust the process. And so...
someone say that to you before?
Allegedly. But it reminds me going back to my early days of medical school.
Actually, when she said that, I thought that about that moment.
Well...
You came home from like your first week of medical school and you were like, I can't do this. They were like, do you know the amount of stuff that I have to learn?
Yeah.
What'd I say?
I don't know. Something about like, you watch my soap operas to be quiet.
I said that medical school takes 4 years, correct?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And I said, trust the process.
Yeah. So look, and that was very good advice, because it turns out that, the medical school, we'll just use that as, my medical college is just a surrogate for the point of the story. But,
yeah,
that medical school had spit out thousands of doctors over the years. There was nothing special or unique about me. So I was going through the same process they did. They did it in theory, then I should be able to do it. And so, yeah, it is a process. And, in that first day on the wards, I remember the first day holding the pager when I was at residency, and I was holding the code pager, and then it goes off and when that goes off,
did you shake with adrenaline?
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, I would have been shaking, because what happens is at that moment, there's only two people, by the way, only two doctors in the hospital, holding that pager, the senior resident, the junior resident. And I was the junior resident.
Were you afraid you would get there before they did?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I still ran. And so that's the thing. So I ran because so what that means, the pager goes off and it tells you the room number and kind of what's going on, basically. And when that goes off, something bad's happening. Like the patient could be dying, could be essential, could already be dead. It could be a code status, or basically almost there. And so I do remember shaking as I was running to the room, and I was there first. And now again, though, like there's that brief moment of fear, but then your training kicks in.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, I've prepared for this. And so I know it's different. Like I wasn't staring down a dragon, but you're still faced with that proverbial dragon that you've been training for years to try to overcome. I guess that's kind of the moral of the story. So
Yeah.
I loved that scene because it took me back to that. And then the only other thing that I kind of wanted to mention is kind of thought of this during the episode too. So that 30-second thing is actually based, and I assume they did this.
30-second thing. What are we talking about?
Oh, sorry. So that 30-second, hold it off for 30 seconds, which said all you got to do is hold it off for 30 seconds. So that's actually based in some scientific foundation. So if you are in a life or death situation, that maximum exerted output of energy that we can muster up, it can last about 30 seconds.
Oh.
And so I suspect that that's intentional because as we've learned through anime, all the different anime journeys we've learned, it's all intentional and they've all done their homework. And so the background is spot on. And that goes back to, and I'll explain this for those of you who are interested. So our cells use ATP. So ATP is sort of like mana. It's the energy currency that our body builds up and uses to perform whatever task it needs to perform. And as we are using it up, it's depleting that, right? So if you do too much too quickly, you're going to wear down. You're not going to be able to keep going. But it turns out the muscles only have about like 2 to 3 seconds worth of ATP stored up. And so like when we go now, like if we get up to go leisurely, we're going to be able to produce more as we're going. So it's not like we're going to walk 2 steps and stop, but that maximum exertion, that all out maximum exertive effort, only about 2 to 3 seconds for the stored up ATP. And then it taps into the creatine phosphate sort of cascade where it then borrows the molecules there to then replete the ATP kind of instantaneously. But that's only going to get you about 10 seconds. And so the next 20 seconds then is what we call anaerobic metabolism. And then you're breaking down what you have from a macromolecule standpoint, typically carbs that have been stored as glycogen. And so you have this glycogen stores that are these high energy molecules. So then your body's breaking those down as quickly as it can to then replenish that ATP so we can keep going. But at about 30 seconds, that's pretty much wiped. And then you get like that lactic acid buildup. But it's interesting. So they always, like when I was growing up, I was always told like, oh yeah, like when you're running and then you run out of steam, like it's because your lactic acid built up. And
I don't think I was
never
ever
heard
told
that. Oh, I was told that. Yeah, I was like lactic acid. So actually,
who told you that?
My coaches.
Oh, interesting.
But it's based on, so lactic acid does build up. So it is a byproduct of anaerobic metabolism, but it's actually not the lactic acid specifically that wears your muscles out. It's the accumulation of hydrogen ions, and those block muscle contraction. And so at that 30-second mark, like that's built up to the point where you're pretty much done. Now, not that you can't keep going, but like this is why sprinters, like they're great for 30 seconds and then boom, they're going to hit that wall. And then if they're going to keep going, they're going to be going at a much slower pace because now they actually have to have oxygen coming in, respiratory. So
does that have anything to do with like endurance? Like, you know how like, let's say I go out and try to run a mile tomorrow, or someone who's been doing it for years.
So actually, no. Good question.
Yeah.
And actually, endurance training does not improve this.
Okay, you can't rebuild more ATP.
Fast twitch training can. It's like sprinters. So doing like high intensity intervals can improve some of that like enzymatic concentration to where then we can maybe replenish ATP a little more quickly. So no, like doing endurance training is not actually going to improve your ability to withstand that all out kind of effort. It's gonna improve stamina long term, but we're talking about that immediate anaerobic metabolism where you don't have oxygen coming in like enough to replenish.
Now, I may be going off base. Is that why my doctor at my age said I need to do more high intensity workouts to build muscle strength or?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't think she was telling you to train to fight a dragon, but
no.
I think she was probably saying that for like muscle, so you need both. Like fast twitch and slow twitch are both important. They just have kind of different purposes.
Okay.
And so, but yeah, like now doing what she may have been getting at was maybe a little different than this. So
that's what I was thinking.
So doing weight training, like weight resistance and things like that, like maybe higher intensity type stuff actually can have more like bone building properties.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
So this is how we can try to stave off things like osteoporosis, which Hannibal the Hero clearly developed. Although you guys have educated me on that it was actually probably that magical like horn thing that was emitting negative energy. Maybe it accelerated his osteoporosis and his sarcopenia. So anyway, great episode because, and I'm sorry, I hope you don't get tired of me saying this, but the medical science parallels are everywhere.
And we never even thought that was going to be a thing in this.
I know, but I just think when you have good, authentic storytelling and writing, it's almost impossible not to.
Yeah.
But the 30-second thing is brilliant. I can't imagine that's not intentional because that
makes sense because he exerted everything he had in that 30 seconds and he was dead and didn't even.
Right. So
You're not going to help me?
because it was already dead.
Yeah.
So great episode, guys. Thanks for being here for this one. I really enjoyed it. Please consider coming back for the next one. But till next time, take care.
See ya.
I am Dr. Todd.